regret nothing. I'm doing this video like this to show what it looks like if you are perceiving yourself in negative energy. If you look above my head, that would be the equivalent of extinguishing your own energy, turning yourself into darkness. So regretting a bunch of stuff is not possible without condemning yourself. Carrying a bunch of regrets, regretto makes for a vinaigrette. It makes you sour. And that's destructive in your experience. So you have done a lot of things. You have taken action in relation to your current position, involving a lot of stress sometimes, tremendous amounts of stress, which creates pressure in an already pressured situation that makes for frustration and acting on impulse, regardless of what that is, as in not being conducive to a positive outcome for you and somebody else. And that is something that needs understanding and forgiveness has to be released. And then the perception of self transforms and actually reverts back to a true reflection, making you perceive yourself lightly again, as that is what you are. Forever shining star, having a unique human experience, which is all love. If you carry regret, it will make you feel sorry. So if you feel sorry, then you haven't forgiven yourself. And that is a low vibration, dimming the lights. So depending on how much you've carried, it will be a shaded version of yourself, a shady something. But you are bigger than that. And everything can be forgiven in a greater understanding, looking at things from an objective point of view as to see the origin of everything. You can become free can become free from self-condemning justifications within you. You need to confess and be absolutely honest, truthful in relation to self, which is soul, which is God. And come to realize that you did a lot of mistakes in trying to find out the thing you searched for the most, the biggest existential question you could ever possibly receive an answer to, which is that you are it. You are you. You return to innocence, and you return back home. You land safely again, feeling secure and comfortable being you, as a unique soul signature, having a human experience. That's who you are. What you look for the most is a global reset. And you might look outside for that, like in a global economy reset. But in truth, you are looking for a reset of values in relation to yourself. To come to worthy of receiving the dream that you can see and feel all in love inside yourself. Which is what God just wants to give you without any questioning, without any evaluation or calculation as to question if you are worthy of receiving that or not. And then you receive as you let go of everything you hold yourself in captivity of. All is yours. Everything you want to experience is yours in relation to being true to yourself and also being creative in relation to what you want to experience. And that becomes more and more natural as you lose resistance, because in resistance is guilt, shame, fear. And you don't care anymore, but you care so much. So that's a double-edged sword in a way. Just as a knife can cut bread and also kill somebody. So you don't want to care so much about everything that has happened, as in letting it go, but you also care a lot about love, and you want to give that to the world in your creative contribution as good as you can do it in relation to what that is for you. And how are you supposed to do that if you're not on the same team as yourself? So it's a good idea and a good feeling to be true and lose resistance as to lose the shame and the guilt, to be free in your artistic expression, whatever you wish to create. Like this video. I don't have a written script anywhere. I just have a title called Regret. No regret. No regrets. And then I hit record and all of this comes out. Because I trust the universe, I trust Source, I trust God, I trust my soul, I trust myself, I trust self, which is all the same thing. I trust nature to give me, and it delivers. What you want is everything. You want to experience everything. And that is something that comes to you brick by brick. You don't want everything all at once. And you're not going to receive everything all at once. Because everything is a reflection of who you perceive yourself to be. And that can be a perception of false, or it can be a perception of true. And the more dark you entertain yourself to be, the more you will receive pain as to be informed that you are going backwards in a life that goes forever forward, expanding and developing and unfolding and becoming more. Becoming more of what? Becoming more of love. And that is what you are. So it's a good idea and a good feeling to be positive. And that is being truthful, because the opposite of that in contrasting universe is lying. So don't lie to yourself. Be honest and true in relation to yourself regarding everything. And you will begin to receive your greatest success instantly, but not all at once. Because you have to do a bit of work. And that work is to turn coal into diamonds in a bit of pressure, because that's what it's like to be a human being. To transform and alchemize the negative energy, turning it into something beautiful. And what you receive instantly is the next thing you need as to become more of who you are and who you are supposed to be. That's your destiny. Never ever question destiny, like if it's real or not. It is real. We all have a destiny and a purpose, actually delivering the same thing. More comprehension of love as to expand the universe, helping it become more of what it is. Every movie, every book, every painting, everything is about learning more about what love is in relation to yourself and also as a contribution for others. That's all. And if you look at what you create and see the opposite, that's all about you. Not comprehending your situation, perhaps. Maybe carrying a lot of resistance. And it's not all about regrets and personal actions taken in pressured situations, all in frustration. It's also your family, your heritage, your close family, and actually the whole human race. And that's something that we call karma. It's a rubber band of resistance in your back, tied to somebody, someone who has done you wrong, all in misconception of their perception, but in lack of humility still holds on to it, which makes you work with more resistance. Don't be mad about that. Understand that that's a part of your destiny, which drives you with more power and resistance as to create a louder expression, a brighter expression, as that is a part of your destiny. You will receive and become what you are meant to be in relation to your destiny according to your strength. And that is all about your level of consciousness. And your level of consciousness is something that has become what it is given your reincarnations and where you are as a soul being, not as a human being at all, as a soul being. And that is something that becomes difficult or impossible to affirm and live by if you are not affirming soul at all. You have a body, you have a mind, but you are a soul being. Infinite, pure energy, unconditional love. That's who you are. The next message you receive is exactly what you need. And that's not a text message. It is not anything like that. It is inspiration. And that can actually become a text message. But you receive everything all the time. All the time is guidance. And if you are present and calm and peaceful, you can absorb that in a different way and see that this is trying to tell me something. And you don't take that text message and write it with a pen on the wallpaper, putting a pin on it and a piece of string to a previous text message, making yourself go crazy. It's not about that. Sometimes it's clicking all just straight away. Like But sometimes you get a feeling that there is something about this. There's something special about this. And then later that afternoon, it clicks. Or maybe 3 days later. And that is completely impossible living a stressful life. Intuition and stress are opposites. Presence and peace is not found in stress. And if you carry a lot of regrets, you will push yourself if you do not take care. And you will experience a lot of stress. And you will feel like all shit happens to me. Just all negative, bad things are happening to me. And that's because you are not peaceful and present to listen to your intuition, your voice of the heart, telling you that this is about this. This is about becoming free if you just listen. And then you come to a greater understanding, which makes you understand and comprehend your situation and all the circumstances and all the connections in relation to yourself. Coming closer and closer to a conclusion which has no conceptual answer other than feeling love. Feeling love for what? Feeling grateful for what? For love itself. For breathing. That's beautiful. If you live there, everything else becomes beautiful too. As you give yourself a world of love and a wonderful universe projecting from a true source. not tainted by a filter which is not in comprehension. Be humble before love. Be humble before God. Call it God, love, source, whatever. God first means love first. And that translated into human becomes love life before anything else. Don't find love in stuff, but love stuff. There's a difference. A true grateful appreciation is for just being and receiving and having life. Then all the rest is given. I love you. Have a beautiful day.